Right, we're here at No Retreat 8, and I'm here with Winters.
Hello.
You all know Winters from Deployment Zone as well. And we come sporting the DZ brand this weekend as well. You bought Orcs.
I did bring Orcs.
Last time you bought Knights to play on easy mode, and now you bought Orcs. It's like the polar opposite.
Well, I felt a bit guilty after playing Knights.
Yeah, you should do.
Knights are easy mode because you've got less units to move around, less units to think about. So this time around I thought I'd give myself 28,000 kill points and many units to move around.
And it's all the dice!
The way I figured, there's 5 fights, right?
Yeah.
If Orcs fight, they win.
Yeah.
So I'm 5-0.
Well, 4-0 right now, but yeah, you'll be 5-0.
Yeah.
And then you'll get the trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it count that in 3 of the games so far there were no Orcs left on the table?
That's a good fight.
That was a good fight, yeah.
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 So this is my second No Retreat, but you've been a few times before.
Only one more than you.
And you don't do tournaments?
No.
So why do you keep coming back?
I don't do tournaments, but I do this tournament because this tournament reaches parts that other tournaments just can't reach.
Scratches itches.
Honestly, it's more, I'm here for the event, for the community, for the hobby weekend. I'm here to enjoy myself and talk stuff, and there happens to be some games in between.
And much beer.
The beer was also a big incentive, yeah. So it's such a great community, such a great location. The guys here that put on such a huge amount of effort. Everything about this is epic, and then there's some games. I'd still come if there wasn't any games.
I think, yeah, probably. The weather's nice as well.
So that's why I'm here. So I don't do tournaments, so I'm not interested in going to something or other and fighting a tournament and trying to win whatever it is. Because we get to play a lot of games, so I don't need to go to some place to scratch that game itch. I'm here for just the fun and the giggles and the epicness.
Okay.
Except for that one person, that Shaggy guy, apart from him. If there wasn't Shaggy, I think this would be like 10 out of 10, but at the moment 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with
the fact
right behind the camera. So we were here last year as well. There was a video we did last year where we chatted to Pardo. That's on deploymentzone.tv still. It's one of the behind the scenes with the big SM badge on it. So you can check that one out. It's a year old now. I'm hoping to grab Steve at some point today and have a chat, but it might not be possible.
Yeah.
But maybe. You never know. We're also going to talk to a few different people about their armies, why they bought what they bought, why they enjoy No Retreat, if it's their first or second experience, and just give you some coverage, some footage of stuff that goes on, and put some music over it. I don't look pretty, and then you look pretty, and I look pretty.
Thank you.
I look pretty.
Yeah, you look very pretty.
Yeah, I don't look that pretty. I've been eaten by the world's biggest mosquitoes.
And I haven't had any. They seem to be highly attracted to you.
Yeah. That's because I'm highly attractive.
Yeah.
So we will put some images over so you can see the armies. I've got some footage that I'm capturing of the weekend, so you can see what it looks like and what the retreat centre's like and what the table setups are like.
This sounds really professional.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then No Retreat 9, if it was anything like last year, before the end of this year, before the end of 2019, it will open up for applications, and then in the early of the new year, you'll find out if you got to go or not. So I would urge you to check out smbattlereports.com and apply to No Retreat 9 if you're interested in this kind of event, because it's basically the best one out there, right?
Also on YouTube, SM Battle Reports do Battle Reports as well.
They do.
And then
they've done it for like 3 months, and they're good already.
They're good. And then smbattlereports.com for the written Battle Report stuff. Basically, check out Google SM Battle Reports and check out all their stuff.
Yeah. All their YouTube stuff is also on the website. So.
Yes.
Wonderful. Right, cool. Let's go have a look at the centre.
Can I drink more now?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so here we have Josh. This is your second No Retreat?
It is indeed.
And you came over to the GT as well?
Yes.
So you must love it in Gibraltar.
It's the best place in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah, okay.
England. but hot.
Yeah, exactly. English roadsides, English shops, but nice weather.
Tax haven.
Yeah. So Josh is the only guy at No Retreat 8 who bought Necrons.
I am.
So why did you bring Necrons to No Retreat?
Because they're unrepresented. I got a free ticket because I got the SN award last year.
Yeah, you did with your Eldar.
Yeah, and I'm very fickle. I said to Steve, I was like, what's not been represented? And he was like, he gave me a list of the armies. He's like, I'm going to do Necrons. And then literally 10 minutes after the conversation, ordered the army and regretted it. Yeah, and regretted it ever since.
But you say that, and you were saying that you were not necessarily massively enjoying painting it until you started playing this weekend.
I love them. Best army I played.
Yeah,
by
and
far.
now you're more excited about playing with Necrons than you are with Eldar, right?
Yeah, the games are really swingy. So it's like you can have a really bad turn, but because of reanimation and the fact they are quite resilient,
so
they can bounce back.
We played on the Friday afternoon, right?
Yes.
And reanimation, you got so Josh's list is basically Immortals, Destroyers, and the Doomsize, yeah.
And then Imatech.
Now, Destroyers, when you get them down to 1, and some arsehole brings 3 or 4 back with reanimation protocols, throughout that game you probably gained 400 points of Destroyers back.
Yeah.
That's huge when it works, right?
And then Destroyers, they're no joke.
No.
They're the MVP by a long way.
So if this is working right, you might not be completely just seeing us sat here. You'll be seeing over a voiceover of your army.
Okay.
So we're going to show your whole army on the screen and do some panning shots. So tell us why you picked what you picked for your force. Is it to do with trying to be competitive for No Retreat, or was it just units you liked, or when did you come up with the list you come up with?
I think it was a bit of both.
Okay.
I think I went into Necrons thinking they were a very low tier codex, and I think I'm being surprised at how viable they actually are.
Okay.
Obviously, they only have so many units that are viable, so I thought if I go with a strong list, because normally No Retreat's normally semi-competitive.
I mean, I think it's stronger this year than last year.
It's much stronger, so I'm glad I bought a stronger list.
Yeah.
But, I like flyers, so I had to bring 3. That's my thing. And then I wanted to try and keep everything in plastic if I can, because I don't like fine cast.
Because your Imatech's converted as well, right?
Yes. So it's just a bit of a kit bash because I have the Imatech model, but the cast was terrible.
Yeah, it is fine cast, right? We
Yeah,
won't go into fine cast.
Yeah. So yeah, models I liked, and then they happen to be good units as well.
Yeah, okay.
Like the Doomsday Ark's the better choice, but I didn't want to paint them.
Right.
And if I don't want to paint, I'm never going to.
Doomsday Arcs, have you built one?
No, I've built one
They
before.
are horrendous to
Never
build as
again.
well.
Never again.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Perfect. So you basically picked stuff you liked, chucked it together in a list, and it actually seems to be doing all right for you.
I picked stuff I liked out of the competitive choices, I think,
Well, okay.
if I'm honest. Because, yeah, like I said, I thought the codex was going to be fairly weak. Since I don't think it is. I think it's actually quite a decent book.
Yeah.
The stratagems are still very strong.
Yeah.
So it's not the best list, because I wrote another list which was probably a lot worse, but I decided against that. It is a competent list.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Like I said, we played on Friday, and I won't be ashamed to say Josh beat me. So he's currently got bragging rights. It is decent, and like I said, when you get that reanimation protocols, you can get 200, 300, 400 points of stuff back.
Yeah.
So it's effective, right? And Immortals is really strong with the Explosion 6s as well. So it's decent, and it's Necrons. People don't expect Necrons.
No. It's had my last game said Immortals kill a knight on their own, pretty much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the Sortek stratagem.
Yeah.
And then my will be done, exploding on 4s.
Why'd you pick Sortek?
You have to with the flyers.
So just for the flyers?
Oh, and the Storm Lords. Imatech is amazing. He's a boss. I think he's one of the best characters for 160 points going.
Yeah.
He's got so many little quirks to him. He's hard to kill.
What was that crazy rule that he did?
So
the one shot.
He's got once per game, pick any unit on the battlefield that's not a character, and then you do D6 mortal wounds to it. Well, on a 2-up, you do that many mortal wounds. And then every unit within 6 inches, on a 6, they take D3 mortal wounds.
Wow, okay.
But it opens up a lot of the other stratagems, so it's like it's a good way of getting like a roll for the rest of the army to then perform. You can do My Will Be Done. Twice.
Yeah.
He heals D3 wounds a turn.
And that's massive on Immortals, right?
Oh, and Destroyers.
Yeah.
It makes Destroyers so they're almost guaranteed. So 18 shots because there's 6 of them. Or 2 units of 6. Hitting on 2s. They already get a reroll 1s.
Yeah.
So you almost guarantee almost like a full house of hits. So it's quite strong.
They are a decent list. Like I said, we would have shown you pictures of his army along with other stuff that we've we've seen this weekend, and the hobby standard's been high, right? This weekend.
Extremely.
Yeah.
Extremely.
So Josh got an SN award last time. Are you confident this time?
No chance. No chance.
No, I didn't. I don't think so either.
No.
I just want to say that.
No,
Anyway.
it's not just painting, is it? It's theme and everything else with
Yeah,
the SN
conversions,
award.
yeah,
And conversions.
yeah.
But I would 1,000 to 1 the chances I think.
Okay, so thanks for coming and talk to us anyway.
No worries.
It's been awesome. We're hoping to have 2-3 more people obviously to talk to, just to showcase this weekend anyway.
Yeah, it's been a
Good
pleasure.
luck with the Painting Awards and the SN Awards. It's tough fought, right?
This year's going to be a clean up on one person, I think.
Yeah, and we're on to Game 5 next. Let's
Indeed.
go look at someone else.
Hi, I'm here with Steve from Canadian Land. You're a long way from home, fella.
I am, yeah. It's a flight over the Atlantic to get over here.
Flight over the Atlantic, all the way to come to a tournament.
That is a long
Why
way.
do you do this to yourself?
I'm a masochist,
Yeah.
I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
No,
I've heard that about you.
Yeah. Renown. I like to combine a tournament with a trip. This hobby is a big part of my life, and last few years I started traveling a little bit and came across the SN crew and thought, as a fan of the narrative, that this would be a super cool thing to do. So last year I applied for this tournament, and they were gracious enough to invite me over.
Yep.
And I had so much fun last year that I decided, you know what, I might as well do it again this year.
So this is your second.
This is my second, yeah.
And last year you got an SN award or something because your army was just stunning.
I did, yeah. I had a good painting result last year.
Yeah.
We'll say that. Yeah.
Last year you fought for the Imperium. You had the good guys,
Yep.
the noble Astartes.
Yep.
This year you're going with heretic Astartes.
Yeah.
Why have you fallen to the dark side? 'Cause,
Well,
you know, as soon as you move to the dark side, forever it will dominate your destiny.
I had a few prayers that went unanswered, so I realized I'm going to start praying to the right God. So
What?
I switched.
Huh?
And as Black Legion, I've decided I can pray to all 4 gods
Okay.
and pick and choose instead of one old corpse that's sitting on,
Cool.
we'll call it a glorified toilet.
1 minute. Are you calling the Golden Throne a glorified toilet?
It's just a gold. What else is it for?
So Black Legion, power armor. You've gone for power armor with the bad guys.
Yeah.
There's a knight in it as well this time. This list's got a bit more teeth this time. Here's
Yeah.
the important question: are you having fun?
I'm having a blast, yeah. It never disappoints.
Yeah.
It's so far 4 games in. We've played 4 amazing opponents, 4 amazing games. Usually everybody buys beer for
Yeah.
the winner or the loser,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But yeah, having a blast.
The
every
drinking
time.
sometimes starts a little bit early here.
Sometimes it does. Depends what you consider early, I guess, is the key. But yeah, get up,
Okay.
breakfast, beer.
Do you do any
or hammer.
tournaments in Canada?
I've done 1 or 2, but
Okay.
I'm coming on about 20 years in the hobby now, and I think
Right,
I've
okay.
played maybe 4 tournaments in 20
Okay.
years in Canada. So
4 tournaments in 20 years in Canada, but you're willing to fly over the pond twice for this one, which I think is a testament just how good this place is.
it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole event is just it's not just about playing a tournament. It's about meeting amazing people. It's about having fun, going out to eat, and building lasting relationships with a
Yeah.
whole bunch of other fellow hobbyists. And you learn so much from a
Yeah.
gaming perspective. You learn from a painting perspective.
Yeah.
And yeah, just fantastic.
Because you're a good painter, he's a very good painter. But are there some armies here that make you go, how did they, what do you think about the painting standard this year?
The painting standard this year is just phenomenal. Like, yeah, I went in thinking, I had a good chance of, taking some stuff, and I saw once
Particularly
everybody
after
was
last
laid
year
out
as well.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
thought, I'm in. there.
I took all but 1 painting comp last year.
Yeah.
This year, I won't even have a chance this year. So it's phenomenal. If you want to see like fantastically painted armies,
Yeah.
and have conversations with the people who painted them, who are willing to tell you
Yeah.
what they did, what they tried, give you some tips, stuff like that. Yeah, fantastic.
Cool. And you said when you came over as well this time, because you said a full hobby thing, you went to Warhammer World as well.
I
You
did.
swung by Mighty Blighty. You went to Nottingham for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured haul a giant army all across the ocean. I might as well do 2 tournaments. So GW Heat 3 ended up being last weekend. So
Okay.
I went and played Heat 3, and then visited Warhammer World.
With the same army you brought here?
Exact same army.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. I did not want to haul 2 armies overseas.
Beer in Bugman's?
Beer, yeah, 5 or 6 probably. Beers
Yeah.
and Bugman's, beers in the halls. Wherever they'll let you drink it, I'll usually have it.
So
Yeah.
you're going full on hobby week, not just hobby weekend.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
When are you back at work?
Wednesday.
Okay.
No. Yes, Wednesday.
A couple of days.
Yep.
Couple
it's
of
a
days to
nice
recover.
short week.
There's more beer.
Free drinks.
Thanks, Liam. Do you want to come back? Do you want to do this again? Because this must cost you a fortune.
Yeah, it's not an easy decision to say yes or no. It's a pretty easy decision to say yes if I have the time and money, because it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And honestly, as a person who combines it with a trip, I can go anywhere else in Europe or jump down to Africa, Asia, anything like that from here. So I would say yes, I would like to come back. I might not do it next year, we'll see, but as long as they keep running it, I will probably consider.
Pennies must be tough for you guys. There's a few people that are from a long way away. Are you the furthest away this year? Because last year when you turned up, there was an Australian. He beat you to the punch. You're from the other side of the world.
Yeah, and there was an American last year well. Yeah, so there were 3 of us but the Australian would have been the farthest last year.
I was drunker last year. This year I'm just drunk. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks for chatting to us.
Yes, thank you.
And
appreciate it.
yes, lovely stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, keep up the good work.
Right, I'm here with Shaggy from SM Battle Reports, and why are you here?
Well, I'm hosting the tournament, so that's why I'm here. What are you here for?
Well, exactly, yeah. The other thing I was told I have to ask you is, why doesn't Winters like you?
I don't know. I really like Winters.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
alright,
I give him a lot of beer, so I don't know what the problem is.
So you were involved in No Retreat 7, but this time you're proper involved in No Retreat 8, right?
Yes. I think I was. Yeah, I was involved heavily in No Retreat 7, and I've been involved in the other No Retreats, either playing and doing IT. But last year was the one where I was just involved, and this year is fully part of the team.
So what drew you into the SN team?
Well, I've known everyone for a long time.
Yeah.
So my brother being the S in the SN, the N in the SN helps. So we've all been friends for a long time, and it was Stephen and Nick who ran an Apocalypse game, got me back into Warhammer.
Okay.
So that's why we've always been around, and it's just been a case of I want to be part of this, and
it's growing, which is good, right?
it's growing.
So what makes No
epically.
Retreat different to other events?
I think, in all honesty, and this year you can sense it more, it's the players.
Yeah.
The players make the event. I mean, even in the GT where you have a lot of people, we had a good vibe going, but this time around it's been a case where everyone came out early. We've had games, we've had people meeting from halfway around the world and chatting as if they were best friends. And I think that's what makes No Retreat so special, that I think like Winters said at one point, that it's a case where you are chatting with someone and you're just having a game of Warhammer in between.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's been a fun weekend.
Yeah,
it really has.
Yeah, I mean, this is my second one, and we've already spoke about it. Like, we were talking about deployments and how busy we are, and we before we come, we're thinking we might not try and apply again, and then you get here, and there has that atmosphere that just exists, right?
100%.
And it's just there. You can't really put your thumb on it as to why it exists or how it exists or what it is exactly, but there's an atmosphere that's there. Everyone talks to each other, everyone gets on, everyone knows each other, and it just makes a real special event. I mean, I've been to a few tournaments. I know Winters used to do tournaments years ago, and they're completely different. You sort of just turn up, you play your games, you go.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. But because you're chucked into a centre here, and it's you do the GT in Gibraltar as well, right? But it's not in a centre where everyone's staying in the same place, eating together, sleeping together.
Well, yeah, some sleep more than others. Some sleep when they shouldn't be sleeping either.
Yeah, afternoon naps. Old men have afternoon. Apparently, old Farseers need afternoon naps.
Who knew?
Yeah, I know he's desperate to scream, sat behind the camera right now as well.
It is a case where the event, even though we all get to be up here, and in other tournaments like you say, you go, you play against 5 people, maybe you meet their friends that come to see the tables, but you don't really get a chance to hang out. This is a case where you can hang out.
Yeah.
You can come earlier. We have a good time for the actual games. Like pretty spaced out, even though
Yeah.
you might start deploying a bit later on. It gives you more than enough time to finish your game, so you get to have a relaxed game.
One thing I need to ask you as well, and if I get a chance to speak to Steve or DC or Nick, I'm going to ask them the same questions. How hard is the selection process for this event?
Horrible.
Yeah?
It is so hard, and this year in particular has been so hard because a lot of the regulars that have come before, because they have great armies, we just weren't able to invite them back this time round because there were so many new people that came along with that said, hey, have you seen my army? And we've been like,
Yeah.
just gobsmacked.
It is some amazing stuff. Like I've said to,
Yeah.
like I said to you already in the video, there'll be shots of the stuff that we've seen. It's insane.
100%.
And each year your application numbers are going up and up.
They go up and up, and the standard of armies goes up and up, and it's just horrible. And when you say to someone who came last year, unfortunately this year you're not getting in, it's hard for us, because we do get to meet everyone, we do get to chat with everyone.
So why don't you look? I don't know why necessarily. But could you look at making it bigger, or is that too difficult because you'd have to change venue?
We could make it bigger, but we'd have to change venue. But then I think you'd end up losing a lot of the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Like if you had 80 people to get to know in a weekend or in a few days, then it becomes a bit harder. Your time gets fractioned off a little bit more, and there's so many things to take care of. While it's 40 people, you can take care of things the first day or two, and everything settles, and you can just talk more.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
I think that's a good reason why.
It's awesome to chat to you anyway about the event. The event's cool. It's quality. We've loved it. Winters and I have both really enjoyed it.
Glad.
We're going to go find someone else to talk to. If you are interested in following Shaggy, he's got his own Instagram page, right?
I do
SM
have.
Battle Reports Shaggy.
I believe so. _Shaggy, I think it is.
SM Battle Reports _Shaggy. All the team have got the same sort of format. So check him out on Instagram. You can see some of the pictures he posts as well from the channel.
Yes.
And he's been involved in some battle reports on SM Battle Reports as well on YouTube. With your awesome Cadian army.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us, dude.
No worries.
And we'll speak to Shaggy soon.
Hi guys, I'm here with Sleepy Danvers. How many naps have you had today?
None, but I've got 2 solid nights sleep.
2 solid
Yeah.
nights sleep. When you say solid nights, is it bigger than 4 hours?
Yeah. 3 times as big as that.
3 times as big
Good
as...
solid 12 hours. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, because normally late in the evening, people are out drinking and doing stuff
Yeah.
like that, but you're nowhere to be seen.
Okay, on the Friday,
Right,
4 a.m. flight,
okay.
had a beer at the airport,
1 beer.
and then a couple of gin and tonics on the plane.
Yes,
So that's how that day. That's why I fell asleep at
that's
8.
how it started.
So that'd be-
And what
yeah.
time was the flight?
4:30.
Oh, that's okay. So
like that.
responsible. You didn't start
Yeah.
drinking. It wasn't a gin and tonics with breakfast then.
No, but it was like that was AM. That was early.
Okay,
It was an
alright,
early thing,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you got to catch up on the beauty sleep, right? It's
Exactly.
important. This is because the first day of tournament is 3 fights. It's a long day.
Yeah.
You need the naps.
Yeah, and I've got children as well, so I don't really do much sleeping.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's kind of like a place to come and just rest.
How old are they?
Uh,
Okay. So I'm here with Tom from the UK. He's brought blood angels
yeah.
to get away from his children. And
Don't tell my wife.
shh. I'm sure she won't watch this.
Okay.
So I like your list because your list isn't a tournament list. Your list is
no.
a nice, good list. How many games have you won?
2.
2 games.
Yeah.
That's
2.
That's 2
Unexpected
more than
wins.
me. Okay, your list is a really good tournament list. How did you put it together? Where did you-
Well, I saw models that I liked,
Yes.
and I painted them,
Yes.
and then I got enough of those models to make 1750 points.
That's the way to do it. Rule of cool.
Yeah.
Picking the models you like.
Yeah.
Because you've got sanguinary guard
Yeah.
and things that you don't normally see at a
Terminators.
tournament. Terminators.
Yeah.
Who brings Terminators to a tournament?
Tactical Marines, those guys,
Yeah.
remember them?
those- Scout bikers.
Yeah, those
What
as
are
well.
they doing in that list?
Hiding behind line of sight blocking terrain.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
mostly.
works.
Yeah.
So, is this your first SN
First tournament and first SN tournament. Yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Ever? So okay. First tournament, and you've set the bar kind of high.
I know. It's, yeah, exactly. I've just don't really sort of fancy myself as a competitive player.
No.
So this has got such a good reputation as being a sort of hobby tournament.
Yeah.
It's been the lists are a little bit stronger than I was expecting.
Yeah. It's still a tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some of the lists here are quite strong.
Yeah.
Some of the lists not so much, like mine. So but yeah, you set the bar very high because it's such a great weekend, I think. And there's a lot of chatting, a lot of drinking, a lot of having fun, a lot of sleeping.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, so your friends roped you along into this then, did they?
Yeah, they did. They recommended it. They've been to 6 and came to No Retreat 6.
Those guys over there,
Yeah,
it's all
Phil,
their fault.
Yeah, exactly. Phil,
Yeah.
Ross and Tom. Tom's
Yeah.
gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, it's going to be great. Just bring your nice fluffy blood angels. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so I did. And then, yeah, I got 2 for 2. So
2 for
it's
2.
all right so far.
Are you having fun?
I'm having loads of fun. It's amazing.
If you could, would you come back?
I definitely would. Yeah, it's so well organised.
Yeah.
Like compared to most things in my life, it's the most organised thing I've been to for ages.
Yeah.
And everyone's so nice.
Everyone's nice, well organised. You can come with a fluffy Blood Angels list and go 2 for 2.
Yeah, and
have a great
even when
time.
you're getting completely destroyed, it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. And catch up on your naps while you're here.
Absolutely.
So I'm here with another one of the players at No Retreat 8. We've got Ruben. This is the first guy we're talking to who's not from the UK, or from Gib actually. So you're from the Netherlands, right?
Yes, I am.
So how did you hear about SN Battle Reports in No Retreat?
So, I actually heard about them through the online battle reports.
Oh, right, okay.
Like they do coverage of No Retreat sometimes, and it got me into looking into it and looking into the channel they do with all the written battle reports, which are pretty cool.
That's awesome stuff. And this is your third?
Second.
No Retreat, right, cool. And you're dressed like a pirate, Ruben.
Yes, I am.
Yes, and it's not because you're a little bit mad. There's a reason, right?
Yeah. I'm playing my orcs here.
Yeah, Ruben's orcs. Like I said to with everyone so far, we'll be showing pictures of his orcs right now. They are different.
No, they're not different. I use freebooter tactics, which almost no one uses, but they're essentially orc pirates.
Yeah.
So I modeled them as orc pirates.
Yeah, they're awesome. But last year you bought Ultramarines because you were an Ultramarines player predominantly, right? So why did you switch to orcs? It's quite different from Ultramarines to orcs.
So last year I was really inspired coming back from here.
Okay.
And I wanted to do a cool new project, and I wanted to push my painting level and really see if I could get a cool project going.
Yeah.
And like orcs, I could do really colourful stuff and do bright greens, and my orcs are
And the
purple.
purples, it's amazing.
And which is a really weird combination, but like I could do it, so
Why not?
I thought, why not?
Yeah. So at the moment we're talking to Ruben, we're at the end of game 4. Got 1 game to go. How are you getting on?
So I got 2 major wins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and 2 minor losses.
That's not bad. That's good. I bet doing better than Winters.
But it's not that hard.
No, it's not.
I mean, he's just talking all the time, and he does a very good narrative battle.
Yeah.
Also, when he's not doing reports.
Yeah, he just talks
He's,
all the time.
he's saying, I had a fight, so I won.
Yeah.
Because he's playing orcs.
I sleep in the same room as him. He doesn't stop talking ever. So 4 games, 2 major wins. That's good.
It's not bad. It's it's essentially good, but I'm not here to win the games. I'm playing. If I have a nice game,
That you win.
a cool game with an opponent, I win.
absolutely,
Yeah.
So what made you want to come? So you came last year. What made you want to come back? Because we spoke to Shaggy already about what makes this event unique, but it's cool to hear from the players as to why they want to come back to this event.
So first of all, like to me, this event is different.
Yep.
It's very different from like normal tournaments at Warhammer World or Element Games anyway.
Yeah.
Because the players are selected, so you need to meet certain criteria with your army, and which makes a selection towards players who are invested in the full hobby. So people here like to fluff, people here like to paint, like to model, and like to game almost tertiary.
Yeah.
And second, these guys run like such a tight tournament, so everything's been organized. everything is really nice to you come here and you're taken care of. That's
absolutely.
essentially
From
it.
start to finish, from picking up at airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, we're inside most of the day, but still, the difference between being in the Netherlands and being here is pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. Okay. We're gonna try and grab a couple more players to chat to as well. Ruben, you have social media, but it's not for 40k, right? Is it for your other thing you do?
So, my team runs an Instagram account and a Facebook account.
Yeah.
And my team I'm in the Dutch National 8 for rowing.
Rowing, yeah.
Yeah. And we qualified this September for the Olympics next year.
Oh wow.
By getting a silver medal at the World Championships.
So you'll be at the Olympics rowing,
I hope I will be, yeah.
dressed as a pirate.
Probably not. But I'll be in a boat.
So you're halfway there.
Halfway there, yeah.
I think you should at least wear the bandana, and then you'll be good.
All right, maybe after the event.
Okay, so check him out on Instagram and Facebook with your rowing team. We've shown loads of pictures of Ruben's orcs. I like Winters' orcs, but nicer. Anyway, thanks for joining us, man. It's been good to chat, and I hope you enjoy your last game.
Hi guys, I'm here with Tom from the UK. Say hi, Tom from the UK.
Hi, Tom from the UK.
And what army have you brought?
I've brought Tau. I'm
Tau?
one of the Dirty Tau players.
That's okay, Dirty Tap. Well, I'm sure you haven't brought a Riptide though.
I may have done. I may have brought several.
How many? So you didn't bring a Riptide. You brought
I brought three.
three Riptides.
I brought three Riptides.
Three Riptides. How are they getting on?
They're doing all right. They're
Yeah.
doing all right. Not many of them have died, but everything else in my army seems to die really quickly.
How many Riptides died in the last game, Tom?
None.
How many Riptides died in the game before that, Tom?
None.
How many Riptides died in the game before Tom?
None.
Bring Riptides if you're going to play Tau in a tournament. How are you keeping the Riptides alive? Tell us the secret to your success, Tom.
I think use the 3+ invulnerable more
Yes.
often than not.
Yes.
Keep your drones alive.
Right.
Even if you've got a Riptide bracketed, you can stimulant injector it up.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it going down too much.
Sense of Stone.
Sense of Stone, just keep them alive. Don't let them just give up on them. You can keep them, they're quite tough, so you can keep them alive for quite a long time.
So 3-up invulnerable save, Sense of Stone, shield drones all
Shield
round.
drones, they've all got feel no pain as well.
You let the rest of your army die and keep your Riptides alive.
That's it, yeah, everything else is there basically to die, to keep the Riptides alive so they can do the killing, and then hopefully as the game goes on, you can pick up your points later
Cool.
on, especially with Eternal War missions.
Yeah.
Nothing scored really until the end.
Because this has Eternal War missions and Maelstrom mixed up at the same time,
That's
right?
right. So I think that's one downfall of my list, is the
Right.
Maelstrom. I think I've gone too far into the Riptide Castle.
Okay.
It hasn't got much flexibility, especially at 1750 points.
So Trip Riptides, what else is in your list for the people?
So I've got 3 Riptides,
Yep.
3 units of drones,
Yep.
which are made up of 5 shield drones and 2 marker drones,
Okay.
9 sniper drones.
Yeah,
So I've got a total of 30 drones.
that's a lot of drones.
It is a lot, but you need that many, because without
Yeah.
the drones,
The Riptides.
Riptides die. don't they? So there's a lot of discussion about things being OP,
Yeah.
but if you take the drones away, Tau will become bottom tier
Okay.
overnight.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got 30 Fire Warriors,
Yeah.
Shadow Sun,
Yeah.
don't leave home without Shadow Sun,
Yeah. Okay.
some one Ethereal and a couple of Fire Blades.
Okay. So how would you go about improving that list to steal some Maelstrom stuff then?
So the list I used to play was
Right.
2 Riptides and 2 Cold Star Commanders.
Right. Okay.
So as you know,
so
the
there's
Cold
no
Star
Cold
Commanders,
Star Command. Yeah.
can hop around 40
Yeah.
inches,
Yeah.
taking objectives, killing characters, killing tanks in one go, hosing down infantry.
So you think with the Maelstrom it would have been better to have that sort of list here?
In my opinion, I
Right.
think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think it would.
But how are you getting on? It's been 4 games now?
Yeah, so I've done really well. Played Liam in game 1. That was a fantastic game.
Yeah, it's easy though. That's easy mode, right?
40k on easy.
Yeah.
No, it was a great game.
Yeah.
It was a great game. Tough matchup.
Well, he's got a charge in your face list.
Exactly.
You've got the Riptides in
Exactly.
the back
He
list.
played it to perfection.
Yeah.
And it's just list v list.
Was it scary
At times.
when he gets there?
At times.
Yeah.
At times it gets scary.
Okay.
Yeah, so won that. Game 2 was against Night Lords,
Right.
which was a fantastic looking army.
Yep.
So I think what's the Forge World Flyers? It's Storm,
Xiphon and the Fire Raptor. Yeah.
Yes, it was Xiphon and Fire Raptor.
Yep.
They died turn 1. And then it
Riptides.
was just mopping up from there really. But again, because I didn't have the mobility,
Yes.
I only got a major a draw,
Right.
and a minor.
Okay.
So I can't get around.
Okay.
Game 3 was an epic game against Tristan Whitehead.
Yes.
And his amazing night. Soup.
3 nights
Soup.
with a big screen.
Yeah. I think it was about 60 cultists. 60,
Yeah,
70
it's a lot of
something.
cultists and some knights.
With Abaddon
And Abaddon.
and 3 combat knights.
And Tide of Traitors.
Tide of Traitors. And yeah, fantastic game again. So sort of I set off really strong. Killed by the end of turn 2, I'd killed 2.5 knights.
2.5.
2.5. But
Okay.
then one of them knights blew up inside my castle.
Ooh.
No saviour protocols, mortal wounds everywhere. It's just carnage, but epic at the same time.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
but yeah, and then I just played an Orc list,
Okay.
which again, like the standard of player here is really high.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people are going to come all the way to Gibraltar
Yeah.
and not know their stuff.
No, of course.
So, but yeah, I won that. So 3 wins, 1 draw.
So you must be placing quite high on the tables right now.
I think I'm in the mixer. I
Yeah.
don't, because some of my victories haven't been as strong as they should or could have been.
Right.
I don't think I'll win it.
Yeah.
But
But you'd definitely be placing high if you win the next one.
if I win the next one, I'll be in the mix.
But the thing is, the next one you're going to be fighting with some of the big boys with some good
exactly,
points
there's
as
about
well.
5 or
so-
6 players in the mix
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So obviously, once you start cutting that down,
Are you having fun?
it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Like as they said, Ross and Phil came 2 years ago to No Retreat 6.
Yep.
We came to the GT
Yeah.
early on this year, so that's why we
Yeah,
can
this
do
your first
7.
no retreat? Came to
First
the
no
G-
retreat.
Yeah.
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 Fantastic.
And
event.
they said, you got to come to this.
It's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
absolutely fantastic. From like the tables, the armies, the people. It's probably one of the best events you can go to, really.
Do you do other events?
Yeah, so I try and go to Warhammer World where I can get tickets for it.
Nice.
Done okay there in the past. I go to Bad Moon Cafe in London
Nice.
semi-regularly. Play some stuff there. Odd tournament in Kent now and again, but
So
not
you're going
really.
to other places, other stuff, but this reaches parts, other events. Kind
Yeah,
of.
it's just also the list restriction is good.
I like that as well. I think
It is
that's what
good.
makes it better.
It does, because you haven't got silly combos that
Yeah.
wouldn't happen. Whether or not that's going to continue in the future, I don't know, but it's just good. It's just good.
So you're having fun with triple riptides playing town.
Yeah, I don't think my opponents are having as much fun as I am. But,
Liam, did you have fun?
Loved it.
Liam allegedly loved it too.
Exactly. He's gonna, in the court of law, you'll have to dull and he'll point. Right,
I don't think I want to bring my orcs up against your triple riptides though, but fortunately you're so far above me, I can only look up upon your gloriousness. But anyway, thanks for chatting
Thank you
with
very
us.
much. Thank you. Cheers.
So we got hold of him. We got hold of a man. This is Pardo from SM Bat Reports.
Hi.
This is his team, his event. He runs them. He organises them. He also owns smbatreports.com, so you can check out smbatreports.com, and they're on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere, right? So we're here. We're here at No Retreat 8, as we've already told you. We've been here twice before. Once before, sorry. This is the second time because it's a special event. But why did you come up with SN Battle Reports No Retreat as a format as opposed to a different? So you're running the GTs now,
Yeah.
but No Retreat came first. Why was that the format you chose instead of a normal tournament?
Well, I've always thought I wanted something different, so I always had this image of doing an event which was actually different, and I think it is special. It is a special event.
Yeah.
So what happened was that I used to go to a lot of events in Spain as well, and it was all the same place. And one of the things that I disliked the most was that when I went to an event, I would only meet up or become a friend or whatever you want to say it with the players that I actually played against.
Yeah.
Or maybe a couple of others which I got the privilege to talk to in at lunchtime or anything like that. So my whole image was to have an event where it was more of a hobby weekend where all 42 players or whatever players we had at the beginning would get to meet each other properly.
Yeah.
So by the end of the weekend, when it finished, you actually had 42 new friends or people you actually knew well. So that was the image I had from the start.
And I've got to be honest, you do it excellently as well, because from start to finish, we've already spoke about this in Winters and with Shaggy, from start to finish, you're in a WhatsApp chat, right?
Yeah.
So people get to know each other, share work in progress pictures. Like we had to apply for this in September or October of last year.
Yeah, it was this year will be a bit later on. Problem is we didn't know when our first GT was, so we wanted to get this out the way before we went into the GT, but I think we'll probably be December, something like that.
Yeah, so that's still 9 months before the event starts. And once the players are selected and everyone's confirmed, we get chucked in a WhatsApp chat. It's 6 months, 7 months before it starts.
Yeah, you
start
all
talking to each other.
you all receive a little invite box as well before
Yeah.
that, where you say
This
if
year-
you want to go.
This year, you're a horrible man.
Why?
So when we went to No Retreat 7 and everyone applied, Prado did a nice release video where he told people that they got in and then you knew you didn't get in. This year you didn't do that. You just sent the boxes.
This is how we started actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, so we tried that last year, but we thought that this was even more special, where you were waiting for the postman to arrive.
Yeah.
And when that box or not, which is horrible. I can imagine the tension there is, before looking at the mail every day, and stuff like that. So I think it's more special if you get to the cuts, like getting the postman to arrive with that special box where you open and it says you're one of the participants. I think it's really, really cool.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, before we go on to the event itself, one of the questions you've already asked, Shaggy, was how hard is the selection process for No Retreat now?
It's the hardest thing I've ever done in the hobby, or the thing I look to the least in my hobby week or year or month that I have to do. It's absolutely horrible. The biggest problem now is that I've made so many friends and good friends that when those good friends apply, it's even worse to actually have to leave out. And when it comes to the time, I actually have to say like, no, this is actually a business at the end of the day, or has like a name to it, so I can't think about who I actually know. I think it has to come down to what's the best application there is. And sadly, some close friends, some good pals that I actually play against in a weekly basis, because some applications from Gibraltar were also there, couldn't make the cuts, so it gets a bit awkward, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's how it has to be.
But you've got a reputation, right?
Yeah.
You've got a reputation you've got to keep. So it makes sense that you do that. And I mean, we've seen the standard this weekend. It's insane.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's really incredible. Like I've said to you guys already, if you haven't check out all the SM Battle Reports Instagram accounts, because there's some insane hobby going on this weekend. So we're at No Retreat, and you do your missions differently, right, to normal?
Yeah. That's something else we want to do differently. So talking about different and all that. So we thought of like this is actually an ITC event. So you do score ITC points at the end of the day, but we didn't want to go with the same ITC points or missions that you normally play. So we made it different. So there's 3 missions where you can score differently, and I think it makes the game much better. I think the mission pack is quite good for competitive events in the sense that there is a primary and a secondary where points are more or less the same. So, and there's a lot of games that you haven't even deployed yet, and you know if you have a good chance of winning or good chance of losing. Yeah. So I think that the secondary, which is cards, which is Maelstrom, is always down to luck, I guess, mostly. So I think it's a very good mission, because even if you can't win the primary, you can go for the secondary and so on.
Yeah, okay. And we would have shown you some of the tables by now, some of the most beautiful 40k tables that exist.
Thank you.
They are gorgeous. Some of the custom terrain that I've built is amazing as well.
Thank you very much.
All of them are the standard. Like I say, if you want to apply to the GT, I guess you guys use the same mats and scenery sets for the GT as well?
For the GT, yeah. It's sadly sold out, but there is a list you can add yourself to.
Yeah.
So
but you're going to run them yearly now, right?
Ah, yearly, yeah. Every April now, guaranteed a GT. 100-player GT, which will probably slowly pick up into 120.
Okay. But why did you start? So you were doing 2 no retreats a year.
Yeah, I was doing 2 no retreats a year, and as I've spoken to you before, no retreat is a lot of work, because as you said before, it's 7-8 months of taking care of the 42 players and making them feel special and organizing stuff for them. So you don't actually see all the stuff behind the scenes, but it's a lot of work which we put out on, and it was actually burning us out a bit when we were doing 2 a year.
Yeah.
And then as well, we thought like, look, I think making 2 a year doesn't make the event that exclusive or that special anymore. So running it now yearly, there's something to actually look forward to as a year thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And because it's not that exclusive, you can apply and it's first come, first serve.
Exactly.
People can come and experience the hobby.
Exactly, yeah, and a lot of people were the same. I want to experience SN as a community. I want to experience the tables as a community, and they actually weren't getting picked because, for whatever reason, not for army standards, army standards or whatever. So what best than showing off to the community what we do, what we run with a GT, where it's first come, first serve, so anybody can make it. Yeah.
I've said it before already, but like, apply to No Retreat 9 anyway. Even if it's not because you think you can get in, it just makes his life harder, and that amuses me.
I'm not looking forward to it. Seriously, not looking forward to it.
So I think you're like 160 players this year or something, right?
164 applications, and there was 30 7 spots, because obviously anybody that wins an Essen award automatically gets straight through to and anybody that wins the event gets through, and the person that wins best army gets through as well. So it's not even 42 slots. It's less than that. It's 35 slots. So
leading up to No Retreat 9, even if we're not going, I've chatted to a couple of your team anyway. We're going to try and do some videos about the event itself and the lead up, show off some of the missions and stuff. If you guys are thinking about applying, just apply anyway for the experience of applying and sort of see what your standard is and where you sit.
If you have applied before, apply again. Like I've got a couple of players who haven't made the cut till the 3rd time they've applied or 2nd time they've applied. We also, I don't know if you've mentioned, but we try and get every faction represented. So if you're lucky and you apply with Grey Knights, and there's only 2 applications of Grey Knights, and yours is actually a better army than the other one, or we think is a better army, you just make the cut just because we like to select every faction.
And you've got multiple countries as well, right?
As well, yeah. I think it's 8 countries represented this time.
That's impressive.
And there's I think No Retreat 6, there was 13 countries.
That's insane. That's really cool.
Crazy,
There's people that come over from Canada. We've just spoken to Ruben from the Netherlands. There's guys from all over Scandinavia. It's insane. It's really good, right? Players from Spain, from Gib.
Yeah, we can't get used to it. Like we talk about it, the team talks about it. And it's like, man, there's people traveling from the other side of the world for this, no? So it makes you feel special in a way, because you know the amount of money it takes and time off work and everything. So we respect it a lot that we can have players from so far away.
Well, your events, like No Retreat's the best one out there. Like, that's why winners might come back. That's why when we got here, we're like, we'll probably try and come next year as well. They are the best. So,
thank you.
These events are awesome. Next year, DeploymentZone.tv are going to run 3 events in the UK. If you and the SN team want to come over, give us a shout, and we'll see if we can get 1 or 2 over for some of the events. We've got like a narrative and a competitive one, and we've got our open day again. So if you want to come over for one of those,
I'm definitely going to the open day for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Get drunk with Winters. And
yeah. Oh God, it doesn't take like 3 beers.
No, it does. I can approve that.
So check out SMBatReports_Pardo on Instagram if you want to check out Pardo's Instagram account. There's also the SM Bat Reports Instagram account, which is their main page. They have a YouTube channel, so check that out. And 3 months ago they started doing Bat Reports, so they're already some of the best on YouTube. So check out their YouTube account. And there's smbatreports.com for updates on their events, for No Retreat, for the GT, for written Bat Reports that you're still doing as well.
Written Bat Reports.
And they are like the old White Dwarf ones, but better. So check those out as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting to us, man, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Winner! So I'm here with UC from Finland, another one of our European brothers who've come over to Gibraltar for No Retreat 8. And what we've done so far is we've talked to everybody about why they love No Retreat, why they come to No Retreat, what army they've bought, but I thought we could talk about something different. Because you're a stern believer, right, that Farseer Winters is a thing.
It is a thing.
It's not a thing!
It's a beautiful thing.
Why is it a thing? You tell me.
Well, not many people know, but I'm actually one of the few who have actually seen Under the Cap.
Have you?
Yes, there's a Craft World Delta rune right there.
So
I've seen it.
So UC has brought Harlequins to No Retreat as well, right? You play Harlequins quite regularly. You've done quite well. So you can spot an Eldar a mile away.
It's the Infinity Circuit.
Yeah.
And Eldar communicate through mind bullets.
Yeah,
as the
and
Farseer himself.
He controls people, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then
Lies,
he keeps telling me, he keeps saying all these things about orcs or Emperor or Death Guard or whatever, but deep down he's sending messages like,
did you see the Deployment Zone anniversary video?
Yes.
Did you see him play Eldar?
Yes.
Did you see how much he enjoyed it?
I've never seen him happier. Never seen him happier.
This is getting edited out.
Yeah, absolutely. When he talks, just pause and then I can chop that bit out and I'll put something in.
Yeah, we'll edit that.
yeah, he was like towards the end. He was really trying to win, right?
That's right. I actually made him I don't think he shot the Serpent Shield in the game, and it was at the very end. So I made him roll a dice because on a two up goes off, and he rolled a 1. So now I have to accept his defeat. But had that two up gone off, he would have dialed.
But it was hard.
D3.
It was hard for you to accept the defeat as an Eldar player, right?
Yeah, it
hard.
probably doesn't count.
It was hard for me to accept the defeat because I play Eldar. It was hard for him to accept it as well. He struggled that day. He felt me down. Anyway, let's talk proper now. So this is how many no retreats have you been to?
This is my fourth one.
Fourth.
Yes.
That's not fair on everybody else, is it? 4 no retreats. Why do you keep coming back?
Have you looked out the window?
I know.
Have you been?
Are you not used to sun? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, true. It burns.
Yeah. So.
But yesterday I was happy that I thought like you saw the mist, and I thought like the White Walkers, my people are coming, but that turns out it was
no
just
polar bears in Gibraltar.
No.
Apparently, there's a real problem with polar bears in Finland.
Yeah, they're awful. They have to wrestle them like almost weekly. They got my grandparents.
Tower with the green, orange, red on the tower.
Yeah.
The polar bear warning tower.
Yeah, I'm from Tampere, so you can see from the.
So you bought Harlequins this year. You bought Harlequins last year. Have you only ever bought Harlequins?
Yes.
Yeah. So why do you keep coming back with the Quins? Just because you love them, or?
Well, I love the army. I was supposed to paint Gene Steel Cult.
Okay.
But I like to paint to like a certain standard, and then it's a difference when you're painting like these 5 and 7 point models.
Yeah.
So I painted like a couple, and then I'm like, oh, this is gonna take a while. So now
no retreat 12.
we'll see. But this is the last time I'm bringing Harlequins. That's for sure. Like I can't just. It's getting boring now.
Oh really?
Well, no, like, but it's the same army. And
yeah, of course.
I'm not getting votes anymore. Everyone's like, yeah, I've been there, done that.
You see, does bring 18 of the bikes with the mortal wounds and the high wire and the stuff. That's not nice for people, though, is it? Right?
Well,
you played the No Retreat 7 champion in game 1. How did it go? You see, how did it go?
Well, I tabled him turn 3. But I've yet to go first in this tournament, which is kind of bad.
Yeah.
And you played Winters at No Retreat 4, and how did it go, Juicy?
I don't know. There's no, like, it has been retracted from the files.
Yeah, it's been redacted. Yeah, it doesn't exist
Also,
anymore.
it was 7th edition.
You fought the 13th, and the 13th were victorious.
It was 7th edition. 7th edition doesn't count. We all know that.
Yeah.
So you're enjoying it. You're having fun. You're still rocking the Harlequins. You're still doing well, and it's a whole weekend experience, right?
Yes. The traveling from Finland to here is annoying. Because I have to take first like 2 hours to the airport in Helsinki and then fly to Malaga, Spain, and then drive here.
Oh wow!
So that's something, but it's worth it though.
It's definitely worth it. Yeah. Well, I mean, we hung out last time and drank some beer. It's been cool this time as well. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, even with the quiz. It'll be really interesting to see what you bring next year as well. Something still Eldarish, or maybe something completely different.
I don't know, but it has to be Toughness 3. Of course, because if it's over that, then it just feels wrong. Everyone knows.
All you've got to do now, as we finish, is look dead centre in the camera and just say Farseer Winters is definitely a thing.
Farseer Winters is definitely a thing.
Okay, so here we are at pretty much the end of the weekend now. We've shown you loads of the centre, we've shown you loads of the armies, we've shown you people playing, we've shown you the drinking. It's a complete package.
Yes.
I'm exhausted.
Really?
You're exhausted.
I'm tired, but I could go for it. I could keep going.
I don't think you could.
There's still some beer left.
There is still some beer left, but not a lot. Like I said to you in our opening statement at the beginning of the video, if you want to check out smbattlebots.com, they've got No Retreat 9 that's coming up late next year. They also run a GT now. So
they do.
In roughly April of each year, they run a 100-player GT.
March, April, yeah.
And that isn't an invite only. That's a first come, first served ticket basis. So if you do not think you've got the standard, because the standard is damn high, like we might not even get to come
this
next
year. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's a level above this year. The tables are a level above, but the armies themselves,
that's insane.
It's frightening now, just
really,
how talented you need to be to get in. And honestly, if my army wasn't commission painted, I probably wouldn't be here.
So if you don't manage to make it to No Retreat 9,
then get a commission army.
There's one option, or there's the GT. I don't know when the tickets go on sale for the GT, but again, if you're on smbattlereports.com, they'll give you information for when the tickets come up. I know SM patrons get them early as well. Yes.
Did you have fun?
Of course, I'm with you for a weekend. How could I not have fun?
Exactly. That's the.
Touch Winters in his special play. Anyway, so check out the website, and the GT is a 100-player event that happens every year as well. That is first come, first served, so you can still come to Gib, hang out with the SN team, roll some dice in the sunshine, and it's great fun.
touch me again.
I will, but off camera.
Okay.
Have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it.
Right, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.